Mr. Thomas Cox with this speech, and his speech is entitled
Instructing on the internet.
Instructing on the Internet. His speech will be 5 to 7 minutes.
Again, good afternoon, everyone, fellow Toastmasters, and Mr. President. I'm a member of Grand Center 5000 Toastmaster Club, and the purpose of my presentation tonight is to provide technical information about speech development. 2, talk about the major components of a speech. Those major components being introduction, the body, and the conclusion. And 3, my purpose for this speech is to make your conclusion an art. Make people remember your speech. I've been a member of Toastmaster International for about 28 years. Actually, I was born a Toastmaster. And I don't know, maybe it was the nurse, but the nurse had an application. And I filled it out and paid my dues. So I've been a Toastmaster a long time. I've heard a lot of presentations. You know, some of them hit the mark, some of them went over the moon. But tonight we're going to talk about how to make your speech. Because in my manual, you see it, I'll be talking to a group of inexperienced speakers, people who've never given a speech. Some of them were factory workers, some of them were engineers. But that's not the case tonight. How many people in this room have ever given a speech? And I expect most ladies to raise their hand because every mother I know has given a speech. And some of them wasn't even my mother and they were still giving a speech. So every mother has given us thousands and thousands of speeches. Don't do that. Get that electrical cord out of your mouth. So you hear a speech, and women generally give them every day. So I don't want anyone to have any fear, any phobia about giving a speech. The first step in our journey to developing a good speech is an introduction. And in all introductions must have certain components. And one of those components is who you are, why you're the one up at the lecture. I was learning how to, also in order to write a speech and give a speech, you have to learn how to read lips. I had somebody in the back saying one thing, I had somebody up here saying one thing, but you have to learn how to read lips. But I think that an introduction, who you are, why you're here, and no one else is here. The reason I'm here is because I'm trying to complete my manual on communicating on the video, which will be my last step in becoming a DTM. And the reason that I'm giving the speech here tonight is I don't have internet at home, and they said that this was going to be taped. So I'll be able to meet all the requirements for this particular project. Again, you need an introduction. A good speech writer would have had a big word right here saying introduction. Then over here, you would have the word saying body. So in every speech, you need to have some substance. Think of body as substance. Give something that will give credibility for the reason that you're here. I want you to say, well, I'm here because I want these workers to go out there in that factory and double their work and stop crying all the time. Or if your purpose is, I want our people to be civil. I want them to be able to communicate verbally. I don't want them going to get a hammer every time somebody disagrees with someone else. So you want to have some body, some substance to what's your purpose. So we've talked about two aspects. We've talked about introduction, we've talked about body, and now we would like to end with conclusion. And I've listened to a lot of conclusions. And in developing your speech, you want to let your audience know, in conclusion, let me end with. In conclusion, I want you to go out there and I want you to put all that work out and don't ask for much pay. Personally, I would ask him to go outside and listen to Rush Limbaugh. It was his birthday a couple of days ago. I want to kind of do a clap for Rush. But the thing is, you want to have a conclusion. You want to let people know that this is your conclusion. And the conclusion is going to relate all the way back to your introduction. And your introduction is going to be why you're here. Who are you? I consulted a very good speaker, and I know you all doing the research for this speech was something else. But I came across this book called Osgood on Speaking. I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar with Charles Osgood. He's still on KMOX. Sometimes I catch him about 6:15 in the morning on KMOX. And he has a short, that's 7 minutes. And he always gives tips on life. And him and Rush Limbaugh, they seem to like tell us stuff that other people won't tell us. And I tend to listen to him a lot, and I encourage you to listen to him a lot too. But I look for, in his books, he had a lot of tips on writing your speech, how to get through your speech, a 12-minute speech, how long should it be, how loud should it be. And he offers a lot of good tips, and I never knew that he had put it in such a good order about how to go about doing that. And again, his name is Charles Osgood, on how to think on your feet without falling on your face. Excellent book. Excellent book. It was given to me. The guy said the best liturgist at Pilgrim Church they didn't have. Because I gave a presentation in church, and he knew about Toastmasters also, and he gave me this book. And only a few people here know about the liturgist role. Elaine being one of them. And but he also he added some things, and I wanted to share it with you right before the end of my speech. He said that one of the most important things is don't apologize when you come to this lecture. Don't apologize, because most of the people end up wondering why you're apologizing. Mr. Toastmaster.